Yeah, you referenced Keemstar a few times, and I think that's just a part of your squabble. It doesn't really have anything to do with my video, and I didn't make the video for Keemstar, of course.
Gokanaru is cool with Keemstar, who accused Shoenice of being a child rapist publicly. He gets a pass, but I'm the biggest asshole in the world for bullying poor Shoenice.
Yeah, this was a dumb argument. Just because Keemstar uploaded my video doesn't mean that I don't think he's a dumbass every time that he airs unvetted rape accusations without proof. Obviously, he deserves to be criticized for that, just as you do for treating Shoenice the way that you did in this instance. And while you leaked your DMs with Keemstar to show the time in 2016 when these allegations apparently happened, and while I definitely respect the fact that you stood up for Shoenice in that instance, like 100%. In those messages, you make it clear that you're aware Shoenice is in a desperate situation, one where he'll basically do anything for attention. And so for you to later hang this goof gang opportunity over his head, get him on a segment and then ghost him, yeah, I think you totally deserve to be criticized for that, at least at the time. You know, just because Keemstar does something wrong that I'm not aware of doesn't negate the fact that you did something wrong that I was aware of and that I did point out. I feel like at the time there's a lot of info I was kind of missing out on just because I wasn't an active Twitter user. I didn't start using Twitter properly till like after the video came out and I actually got some attention and I learned how it works. And yeah, I learned that that's where the majority of Keemstar's takes end up being posted. Hey, Future Chris with one more update. You may remember at the start of this video when I said that the plunge of H3H3 was uploaded to DramaAlert and then taken down? Well, a new development has occurred. Keemstar posted a video to Twitter apologizing for uploading it.
I have been suspended from the YouTube Partnership Program for 2 weeks.
Despite his channel having no prior violations.
That is how strict YouTube is on the bullying and harassment guidelines.
Now H3 actually had a public discussion with me about this on Twitter, and I just want to say I'm actually sorry that I contributed to this bad precedent because this feels like it's going to be bad for commentary. And while it is kind of funny that I ended up doing inadvertently more damage to Keemstar's channel than H3 did, it's also definitely a sign of the times. YouTube is not messing around with these new guidelines. The biggest thing I take away is that you are a hypocrite. You actually did not disprove that at all throughout my video. Maybe I think 1 or 2 points, yes. But other than that, you skipped over every instance basically where I called you a hypocrite. I mean, it is kind of undeniable that you are one. Whatever. Yeah, everyone's a hypocrite sometimes, but doesn't mean you shouldn't call them out for it, so it's my stance at least. Some good memes came out of it. Broken Arrow, that's hilarious. Clean My Room, Speculation Gang. What else? Bad Faith. I'm going to make that my first merch line. Bad Faith. It sounds kind of cool, to be honest. And I know it's funny, like, the research meme, but, yeah, I did my best at the time, for sure. And all I can do is be more careful going forward. And it's a good thing. I'm glad that I get called out on it. Makes me more careful. The vast majority of Ethan's criticisms I already knew about because of the Starkiller video. After that Starkiller video, I realized the main thing I needed to work on was tone and the way that I structure my arguments, which again is useful information. I can say I have improved on that.
What he's doing and what he's attempted to do throughout all this is to speculate about what my intentions are and what I meant and what I did.
Yeah, that's true, and I would probably rely less heavily on speculation in the future, but speculation is usually the foundation of most criticism videos. You know, it should be implied that obviously I don't know your exact intent, and that when I say it with confidence, it's just my assumption, based on the evidence I'm presenting. Now you can definitely say that given the evidence you disagree with what I'm saying, but to just write it off as speculative and then not address a lot of the points I'm making feels somewhat cheap. Because yeah, a lot of my speculation are common conclusions that most people would come to given the evidence I'm presenting. Except for a few areas like the Leafy and Jontron section where I was definitely too confident in my assertions. But yeah, you already know this because your recent content nuke video is full of speculation. You know, you're constantly speculating about Keem's intent and building upon your arguments to support your claims, just as I was. There are even some instances where you make pretty questionable speculations, such as when Keemstar interviewed Swatistic, the dude who got an innocent person killed by swatting. You know, you speculated that Keemstar's main goal was to make money and that he only pretended to be outraged.
The day after this murder happened, was able to get this kid on his show, fully monetized. Keemstar cashed in big time on this whole ordeal. And can we appreciate the irony of Keemstar, of all people, to sit here and pretend to be outraged when he enables this kind of behavior all the time?
Not addressing that in the same video he promoted the GoFundMe of the victim's family, donated $1,000, and successfully got a confession out of the killer, who's now in prison.
But on a personal level, I understand why he would try to manipulate things. Because he goes, look, I'm just trying to make a good video. People aren't going to watch it. When you have 1 million+ subs, then you understand that you have more responsibility to say things straight or to have more care.
So don't act like just because I was a small channel, I didn't feel the obligation to have integrity. While portions of my video were definitely messy and reflected my skill at the time, channels with millions of subs speculate and spin narratives and get sloppy with the details all the time, including yourself.
在那了啊！你看，秦王公